play no games. I'm not about to play no games, my guy. I just had to close the closet, make sure that door closed, make sure this door closed, make sure the lights are on around. We suck because it's nighttime. And scary thing is, I'm like kind of on a plantation at the moment. If you guys know what that is, just know that it's scary if I think about the situation I put myself in right now. Because I'm about to check out Mr. Nightmare 3 December True Blackout Horror Stories. Now, I can't really see these being too scary. Because, I mean, in a Blackout, it's like, you're normally not alone. You're kind of with people. But then again, no, if you live alone, ooh, that could be good. It don't matter. Me personally, and just reading the title, I was like, I don't picture this one being too scary or whatever. But yo, anyway, about to check out the video. Link will be in the description below, but let's go. Oh, before we get started, so the reason why I felt like this one can't really be too scary to me because I was in 2 blackouts, and both times was hella fun. First time I was a kid, so I had all my friends with me, so it was hella fun. So we was all on the block, just like having fun. Our parents was even out on the porch and everything. So it was hella fun. The second time, me and my brother, I think we was driving to Arizona. And it was one like, I want to say, I forgot what city it was, but like the city had one. It was just driving, it was hella dark. Only thing you saw was car lights. Even the street lights were out, which was hella pretty scary. But my bad. All right, let's get to the video. Blackout stories. I thought Mr. Nightmare had an intro now. Story 1 and 3 is always the scariest.
I used to work as a construction worker and engineer in the Philadelphia area in my early 20s. My co-workers and I would do basic work like constructing add-ons to already standing structures like adding basements to buildings. One of our jobs in 2012 was to construct a small basement area and extend the main floor for a corner dentist building. The basement was to have a bathroom and 2 big storage areas. We were making serious progress. By the time of the story, we had working lights in the basement already. The basement had just been sealed off, so there was no longer a big hole in the ground. And since the lights were working down there, we had a source of light while we worked down there at night.
Wait, what do you mean the basement was
sealed off? One of my coworkers, Jordan, went upstairs and then outside to help with work on the add-on section outside. I was tinkering with the electrical components a bit. I was no electrician, but I had a basic understanding of what I was doing.
That's why you don't touch stuff you don't know.
The power went out. I knew it had nothing to do with what I was doing.
I'm out.
I figured there must have been a power outage in the vicinity. The 4 of us didn't keep our phones on us due to the nature of our jobs, plus how dirty our hands would get. We all kept them in our jackets that we hung upstairs. But luckily one of the tools we kept in our vests were flashlights.
I don't care.
Before I could even reach and grab for my flashlight, though, I started to hear a rattling noise.
That'd be a rat.
The way I could come to describing it was a bag of coins being shaken. Not exactly, but close enough. It seemed to come from inside the tiny, soon-to-be bathroom. I took the flashlight out from the pouch on my vest, turned it on, and aimed it towards the bathroom section.
Don't do that!
We had already put up a door, and it was slightly closed to be covering my view from the actual room itself. It didn't sound like any kind of infrastructural sound, so I had to imagine it was one of my coworkers.
I probably would have thought that, okay.
I went to the door, and as I wrapped my hand around the side of the door, I waited a second before pulling it open, just because I needed to gather my bearings. But when I did swing open that door, my flashlight revealed some person dressed in all black, standing facing the corner of the tiny room so that I couldn't see their face.
Hell no!
That is, until the person turned their head like a deer reacting to a sound in the woods. All I saw through the flashlight was the glow in their eyes. I slammed the door shut and ran up the stairs in my heavy boots, looking for my coworkers. They were all outside, apparently about ready to pack.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Yeah, exactly. Because first I was thinking, like, why would he do that? But then when he said, I thought it was one of my coworkers. Okay, I can see me thinking that. I probably would have thought that too. Like, you know, it's probably one of my coworkers. But at the same time, with me thinking that though, there's no, if right now, if you and I was in, yeah, you're ugly. No, like, if you and me was in this room right now, bull, all right, we working, so ha ha. Bam, lights go off, and I hear something in this closet right there. If I feel like it may be you, I'm not gonna go to it. I'm gonna say, hey, yo, call your name, blah, blah, blah. You say nothing, hear him. I'm out the freaking door. I'm not playing, bro. Like, when it comes to scary situations, I kid you not, if I'm in a scary movie, it's gonna be the shortest movie ever, because I'm getting myself out of this situation no matter what, clown.
Up and call it a night since the power in all the nearby buildings had gone out. I counted 3 of my coworkers, so it couldn't have been any of them in that tiny room.
So was he down there the whole time y'all was working?
I asked all of them if anybody else who worked in that building had been there at all that night. They all shook their heads no.
Yep, I quit that day.
At this point, I had to lead them downstairs to show them the creepy stranger in the basement. They followed me to the basement and to the tiny room, and as I feared would happen, That person I saw wasn't in there anymore.
Duh.
Or in the entire basement for that matter. I was obviously embarrassed when they didn't believe me, but I wasn't going to hold them hostage and make them believe me. So we all went back outside and packed up. I was the one with the key to the building,
First one to
so I
back
had to
up.
lock up when everyone
I ain't
left.
locking up.
After getting into my car and seeing the others drive off, I can't describe it, but I got a feeling inside of me that made me want to go back down into that basement and check one more time for that person I was sure that I saw.
Don't tell me he did that.
I took a deep breath, got out, unlocked the door to the building, and went back down to the basement. The power was still out, so I walked down the stairs with 2 flashlights on, the one I was using before, and now my phone as well. I made it to the bottom step and then stopped.
Did you at least bring a coworker
The dead
with you?
silence in this cramped, unfinished basement, mixed with the fact that I was anticipating a sound, freaked me out to the point that I was about to turn around and go back upstairs.
He behind you.
When suddenly, I heard the rattling again, coming from the tiny room again. I didn't even look, but when I heard it, I felt my heart in my throat, and I stormed up the stairs,
Yep, I just
slamming the
skipping
basement
stairs.
door shut again. I locked the door to the building and drove home. Thank God it was a Saturday, so I wouldn't have to be back until Monday.
I wouldn't have been back Monday,
I
Tuesday,
made sure not
Wednesday.
to work in that basement alone.
I'm sorry, bro. This shit creepy as hell. But what? I'm not going back to work, all right, unless you give me a gun. If I don't have a gun, I'm not. Sorry, I quit, all right? I'm about to go ahead and work at Target. Screw this job. But it's so stupid to me, man. It's like, I love these stories about Mr. Nightmare. I freaking love them, dude. They are the best. Actually, not. But it never fails. It's always, it's like the scary movies you watch. It's like, you just like, why? In the movie, I get it. It's stupid, but I get it because it's for entertainment. You gotta keep people entertained. So you gotta do sometimes stupid stuff to keep them going. But like this is real life. Like, as soon as I hear some chinka, 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 and I know my coworkers are not down here, I'm going up the stairs, bro. I'm shutting the door. I'm jumping in the car, and I'm darting out. I'm not locking nothing. I'm probably not even telling nobody. I'm sorry if you with me, my guy. But I'm freaking gone, bruh. Let me go back because I was talking my bad, y'all.
Thank God it was a Saturday, so I wouldn't have to be back until Monday.
Yeah, you come back, not me.
I made sure not to work in that basement alone anymore, however, and thankfully we finished the work within a couple weeks, and nothing else really strange ever happened.
Probably some homies do, but I might have been wrong about these not being too scary.
It was a normal night in the cold month of February.
Hey, my birthday month.
My wife and I were watching a late-night movie in our room in bed before going to sleep.
Some problem note.
At some point in the movie, the TV suddenly shut off, and the room went dark. My wife and I let out simultaneous grunts and annoyance. The lamps, clocks, everything went out, so the power must have gone out. I told my wife I'd go outside and check if the neighbors lost power
Not
too.
me. That's where I suck
I
as a
opened the front
husband.
door and stepped out onto the stoop for only a second or two because it was freezing outside, but I could see lights on in the neighbors' houses, so it seemed to be just us who lost power. We have a fuse box in a small boiler-type room in our basement. It seemed unlikely it could have anything to do with that, but I had to give it a shot. I had no idea what else I could do.
Man.
I went downstairs with a flashlight. One weird thing about our house is you have to walk down the stairs to get to the basement door. Like, the door is literally on the basement level.
Oh, okay.
I was tired, so I kind of slowly and lazily stomped down the steps.
I'm sorry.
When I got to
Okay. I'm so sorry, bro. I thought you about to say one thing about our house. You gotta walk downstairs to get to the basement. I'm gonna say, duh, motherfucker. I'm sorry. Back in serious mode. One thing about our house, you gotta walk downstairs to get to the basement. I'm trying my hardest not to say dumb, but good thing I let them finish. How else the hell you get down there,
to the basement
clown?
door. Like, the door is literally on the basement level.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
I was tired, so I kind of slowly and lazily stomped down the steps. When I got to the basement door at the bottom, I turned the doorknob and tried opening the door. It wouldn't push open though.
Nope, somebody already know I'm gone.
I tried a little harder, but it still wouldn't budge. My wife must have locked it. I went all the way back upstairs to ask my wife where she put the basement key. She got out of bed and said she'd get it for me. I followed her downstairs to the kitchen where we had a key hanger. She flipped around the many keys until she pulled off the basement key and handed it to me. She then went back upstairs to the bedroom, while I went back down the stairs to the basement door. I put the key in the lock and turned it to the right, then tried opening the door again, but it still wouldn't open. I went back up the stairs and called for my wife to come down. When she did, I asked for help like a child, since she was the only one to ever lock this door. She came down the stairs with her flashlight, making fun of me for not being able to use a wooden door. And before she even tried using the key, she turned the doorknob and gave one good push, and the door creaked open.
I knew it! I knew it!
I was dumbfounded. I swore up and down the door wouldn't open. Then I joked that I loosened it up for her. Once again, she went upstairs to the bedroom. I entered the basement, flicking the light switch on, which only led to more darkness.
There's somebody down there.
Flashlight still in hand, I went to the boiler room. When I got inside of there, I tinkered with all the switches, flipping them from one side to the other, until finally the lights in the basement flicked on. I was relieved. I shut the tiny door to the fuse box. Just then, however, there was a sound from outside of the boiler room. The sound of one of the basement closet doors creaking. I took a peek outside at both of the doors. One was closed, the other was slightly cracked open. My heart started beating faster as I went over to the door. I stood about 2 feet away from that door, listening.
Yup.
For some reason, it took until then for me to think. Why? How would the switch in our fuse box for power be switched off all of a sudden?
'Cause somebody in there, my guy!
I started to think. What if the basement door was never locked? What if someone was
down there with the monster
shut? After a few moments of silence, I heard a deep exhale in the closet. I took off for the stairs, this time making sure to lock the door behind me. I had never ran up a flight of stairs so quickly in my life. I ran to our bedroom and yelled in distress to my wife. I was not acting like the man of the house at all. I'll admit I was too afraid.
Yeah, I'd have been with you, bro.
I did call the police, though.
I'd have been screaming like a little
girl.
girl.
At some point after the phone call, before the police arrived, we heard the sound of glass breaking outside.
Because he left now.
I looked out my window, but it was too dark to see anything in the backyard. When the police arrived, I led them quickly to the basement, but by then the closet door was completely open and it was empty. We also noticed shattered glass in one corner of the basement, and things knocked all over the floor. Whoever was in the closet managed to climb up a ledge where we keep collectibles, smash the window, and climb up out of the basement to the outside.
Man!
In other words, they escaped and were never caught.
No!
That night we kept the basement and living room lights on all night, and locked every door in the house. The next day we had the glass fixed. We didn't even live in a bad neighborhood, so it's really scary to think that something like this could happen to basically anyone.
It's kind of like true and scary at the same time when he say like something like this can happen to anyone. Cause I mean that is hella true. It really can. Like, don't get me wrong. Like when I'm like at my boy's house or somewhere, wherever we like in the hood, whatever. If something like that happened, I just expect like, oh, if only I feel like it'll only happen if no one's here because someone breaking in and rob you, or like take like whatever, breaking the house, take steal stuff, whatever. Blah. I don't know why I can't find a word. But like when I'm in like my people place like right now like in the burbs and stuff, I don't feel like people breaking your house steal things. I feel like people break here to kill you. I don't know why. I just feel like when I'm in like the nice area, I feel like if somebody break here, I think their intentions are going to be to kill you. Because you're in a nice area, you feel so protected and you feel your guard feels so let down. Because you would think like it can't happen. Not saying that it won't. Because you kind of feel better. You feel like I'm kind of untouchable right now. We're in a nice neighborhood. Stuff like that don't happen here. Not saying it don't, but that's just kind of how the mind works. You know, because it's like I feel protected. So that's why I feel like someone breaking in this area is like I don't feel like they're breaking in and taking anything. I feel like it's breaking in because I'm offing people. But when I'm like in the hood, chilling, whatever, I feel like my guard is up because I'm like, all right, we gotta make sure that happens. Make sure doors locked, windows locked, boom, boom, burglar bar doors, whatever. Burglar bars on the windows, whatever. And then someone breaking in, I feel like it's just because they want some money and trying to feed their families. I'm like, I don't know, not saying 100% true. This course, dumb, we know it's not. It's just that's how my mind works when it comes to me, like thinking like the birds versus like the hood. Like my guard feel more let down in a nice area, which is scary when you think about like it can happen. Like he said, it can happen to anyone. Just my thoughts. That was it.
I work as a janitor at a commuter college campus I won't disclose for my own privacy and safety. My job entails cleaning the hallways, classrooms, and bathrooms of varying buildings on campus. Usually I work later hours in the day, like 1 to 9, when the campus is less crowded. It was a stormy night in the summer that I was working. The college offers summer courses, obviously, so yes, I work in the summer too. This was during one of the biggest storms we've had that year. Extreme winds mixed with a torrential downpour.
I ain't gonna lie, I
I
love
was
big
later in
storms.
my shift, anywhere from 7 to 8 o'clock. I was currently in the activity center hall, which didn't hold any classes, just a big ballroom, a small theater, and varying classroom type rooms used for general purposes. It was usually one of the quieter buildings on campus, apart from when events were being held in it. I very well may have been the only person in that building at that hour. I was cleaning in the downstairs section of the building,
See,
called
I
the
can't-
game room, when
work
suddenly
somewhere-
the whole place went dark. Like pitch black,
See, like
except
that?
for the
Work
red
somewhere like
globe and
that?
exit sign near the doorway to the stairs.
I couldn't close or be by
Power
myself.
surely went out. I took out my phone and called one of the other janitors who was working in another building. He told me the power went out in his building too, which meant the whole campus probably lost power due to the storm.
And I'm outside.
After hanging up, I figured my job down there was done, so I followed the glow of the exit sign, but nearly shit myself when I saw someone peering their head from around the stairway. I called out thinking it was maybe someone who worked in the building.
I just ducked because it's
Before I
dark.
could even really say anything, they disappeared upstairs. I ran to the stairway to try and follow, given that I would have to most likely lock up the building now and had to
I ain't
make sure
locking that
everyone
building.
was outside. Quite frankly, when I got upstairs, I didn't know what to do in the total darkness. There were very few backup lights that were still lit in case of blackouts, and they were very, very dim, only lighting up basically a little around their immediate surroundings. I started
like this.
calling out in the dark, seemingly empty building that I had to close up. Everyone and anyone must get out. The hallway in this building did one big circle around the big ballroom, and backup lights were distributed throughout the hallway.
That just looked
However, like
creepy.
I said, they were far between and extremely dim. I started doing my round through the hallway, and I was pretty sure I heard footsteps behind me. I turned when I was under one of the backup lights, but I didn't see anything behind me. I continued around the hallway, checking each room.
For what?
When I checked the last bathroom and found no one, I figured the building was empty and safe to lock up.
So who footsteps was out there?
Walking to the front of the building, I heard footsteps again. This time I knew someone had to be behind me.
Oh, I'm
Turned
dark.
and
Not
saw
even
a
get back.
silhouette standing in the dark just beyond one of the dim lights. I called out, "You have to leave the building."
You can stay.
The
I'm
way
gone.
they were standing there just made me uncomfortable. And just then, they turned and ran the other way out of sight. I didn't know what to do, but chasing someone and physically removing them from the building was above my pay grade.
Don't do that with the lights.
I continued for the front door, planning on calling campus police. When I got to the front door of the building, I turned back to the darkness that was the lobby of this building, and about 20 feet away from me, I saw that silhouette again, this time
That's
hiding behind a
close.
half-open door. I say silhouette because all I could see was a black figure. I didn't see any body or facial features. I left the building and called the campus police.
Hell yeah! There you
A couple of
go.
them came to check out the building, but they couldn't find anyone. Later that night, I got a disturbing phone call. It was campus police.
It's
They asked me to
cold.
describe the person I saw the best I could, but I truly couldn't. I couldn't see anything about them.
You got the coworker up there.
Then they dropped a bomb and told me there was a killer in the area who was in hiding and was spotted by a local resident near the college campus. When I hung up the phone, I felt a shiver run up my spine.
Hell yeah!
I didn't get much sleep that night. I also didn't feel safe at work for a while after that.
Man, bro. I'd have been at work strapped. If I did come out, I'd be that mug strapped up. I'm a janitor. I'd been cleaning with a big ass AK on my back. Like, bro, nah, you got me messed up, bro. But what get me though? Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, working in a place like this, like, I would suck as an employee. All right, as a future employer, if I come to a place like this trying to work, don't hire my ass. I'm telling you now. The reason why, don't get me wrong, I'm a good person gonna work. But if I'm this person. Let's say I'm working, boom. I don't know. Let's McDonald's. Just name a job. Welcome McDonald's to your order, and you can give me all the money, bro. I'm about to give you every guy. I'm giving you the whole cash register. I'm not about to even try to fight for this job. I'm sorry. I don't care, bro. I'm not losing my life over this job just so I can get what employee of the week or something stupid like that. Oh, you go, you get a free burger. I can help it, bro. I'm gonna help you carry the whole register to your car. Like, bro, just don't kill me. You take all this, bro. I'm not even gonna look at you. Never saw you. Look, let's get this bull. Move this onto the car. And then that same day, I'm freaking quitting. I do not care, bro. That's why I was like, places like this, like I know I'll be joking, like saying things I'll do in this situation, but I kid you not, I really would do those. Like when I'm like, I'm not lining up the place. Nah, I'm out that mug. I'm not. I don't. It feels stupid to me. Like if somebody's like, and I start chasing me, I'm like, oh, you're not trying to kill me. Boom. I run out this door, but I'm like, let me still lock up. Make sure the place is protected. Let me close these windows out. It just don't add up to me. If you right there, you try to kill me. Pure, I'm out the door. I'm way down at the neighbor house. Then we call the cops. All right, I ain't closing nothing. I ain't locking nothing. I don't care. I'm sorry, bro. It seemed like really stupid to just like run. They trying to kill me, but let me still put my dogs up in the cage. Let me still like stuff like that. I'm like, I just don't get it, my guy. But yo, if you guys enjoyed the video, my camera's probably dead. If it is, I'm hella sorry. You guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. But next time, Charlie's out. I was wrong too. This one was hella good. Story number 3 was blah. It was the fact that it was a killer. It kind of got me. But 1 and 2, 1. Oh my god. Wait, which one was in the basement? Because 1 was the construction. Number 2, the house. That one was hella scary. Be on my.